Raiders Nation, attention! The moment that every fan has been waiting for has arrived. The Raiders management has taken a bold step, and the impact is already beginning to show. This could be the turning point we've been waiting for. And, of course, you already know, here on our channel, we bring you everything firsthand. So if you're not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button and activate notifications to receive the most exclusive Raiders news daily. Now, let's analyze this unique chance against the Dolphins. In Week 11, the Raiders take on the Dolphins in a game full of opportunities. With the Dolphins coming off a losing streak, we know there are holes that can be exploited, even if Miami is showing some growth. If our players can see those opportunities, we could have a much tighter matchup than it looks. What makes this game so interesting is the fact that Miami, despite 3 recent losses, has remained competitive, losing by small margins in 2 of them. That means they are fine-tuning their game, trying to correct their flaws. But here's the silver lining for the Raiders. The weaknesses that Miami has not yet been able to address will be there, ready to be exploited. This game will be a big one. Not only does it represent a chance for a major win, it also represents an opportunity for the Raiders to prove their worth. A strong performance here could help the team gain the confidence they need for the rest of the season. So, Raider Nation, get ready for a clash of strategy and intensity. Miami heads into Week 11 after a rocky season with ups and downs. While they showed potential early on, 3 straight losses have set off alarm bells. They're trying to find their feet and work through their issues, but that doesn't happen overnight, and here's our chance. The Dolphins are still vulnerable, and the Raiders can exploit that. For the Dolphins, these recent losses haven't been entirely disheartening. In 2 of them, the team lost by very small margins, which shows that the team is competing until the end. These small details make us understand that they still have the potential to be dangerous, but at the same time, they reveal that they still have gaps to fill. The good news is that the Dolphins still struggle in certain areas of the game, and the Raiders can benefit from that. With a more prepared defense and an efficient offense, we can identify opportunities where Miami is not yet adjusted. And if the Raiders can keep their heads on straight, this will be the time to take advantage of every mistake Miami makes. Comparing recent numbers, it is clear that the Dolphins' offense is more productive than the Raiders. While Miami finds ways to score points, the Raiders are averaging just 18 points per game over the last 5 weeks, which is concerning. On the other hand, we are also penalized by a defense that has allowed opponents to score almost 31 points against us. This offensive difference shows us that for the Week 11 game, the Raiders will need to step up their defense and adjust their offense to keep up with Miami. If we want to compete on an even keel, the key will be to keep their offense in check and prevent them from scoring easily. We need to turn this point margin in the Dolphins' favor into a more even contest. The challenge has been set, and the week of preparation will be crucial for our defense to understand how to neutralize Miami's most effective plays. With precise defensive adjustments and a more consistent offense, the Raiders are in a position to surprise. It will take focus and discipline to turn this disadvantage into a chance to win. One interesting situation the Raiders will face is the uncertainty at quarterback for the Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa is the starter, but with Tyler Huntley, Skylar Thompson, and Tim Boyle also in the running, Miami has multiple options. Each of these quarterbacks has their own style of play, and this creates a scenario of uncertainty that could be both an advantage and a challenge for our defense. For the Raiders, this situation means that they will need to study the style of each of these quarterbacks. The coaching staff will have to be prepared to deal with different types of play, which could be a strategic advantage if we know how to take advantage of it. The more confusion in their offense, the better prepared we can be to neutralize them on the field. But be careful. This variety of quarterbacks can also make things difficult for our defense if we are not careful. We will need a flexible and agile game plan to quickly adapt to the style of whoever is on the field. Therefore, tactical preparation will be crucial so that the Raiders can respond to any surprises that the Dolphins try to bring us. The Dolphins' ground attack has not been a standout this season, with just 1,071 yards accumulated so far. This shows that Miami tends to rely more on the passing game, something that we can exploit to our advantage. If our defense is well positioned and knows how to contain the attack through the air, we will be on the right track to control the game. This limitation in Miami's ground game gives us a strategic advantage, as we know that they will tend to look for long passes to gain yards. With this information in hand, the Raiders can invest in a tighter defense, blocking passes and making it difficult for the Dolphins to play through the air. Strong coverage on the sides and along the back line can make a difference. If our defense does a good job of reducing the impact of the passing game, we will force Miami to play more on the ground. Since they have struggled in that area, this could reduce the efficiency of their offense and give us control of the game. The Raiders have a golden opportunity here to set the pace of the game and force Miami to play outside of their comfort zone. Linebacker Jordan Brooks is one of the Dolphins' key defensive players. With 35 solo tackles and 62 total tackles, he stands out as an essential piece for the opposing team. Our offensive line will need to find ways to get around him if we want to have a chance of advancing down the field and scoring points. Brooks not only brings intensity to Miami's defense, but he is also known for his agility and accuracy. He can read the opposition's plays and position himself strategically, which makes him a constant threat. The challenge for the Raiders will be to create plays that can get around this defense, ensuring that he is unable to shut down our offense. The key to dealing with Brooks will be a combination of speed and craftiness. Quick, unpredictable plays can be the way to surprise the linebacker and avoid his marking. If we can neutralize his presence, we will have more space for our offense to operate and put pressure on the Miami defense. One important statistic the Raiders should exploit is the Dolphins' struggles on third and fourth down situations. Miami has been insecure on crucial conversions in several games, which has opened up space for opponents to capitalize on those crucial plays. This gives us a great opportunity to take advantage. Pressuring Miami on these downs can be an effective way to force punts or even turnovers, which puts our team in a better offensive position. If we can stop their rushing attempts, our defense will gain the confidence it needs to dominate the field. Every failed fourth down can put us one step closer to victory. Additionally, exploiting this weakness creates extra tension for the opponent, as they know we will be ready to capitalize on any mistakes. This pressure can lead to Miami making mistakes, and our defense needs to be prepared to pounce and turn these mistakes into opportunities for our offense. The Dolphins' weaknesses on fourth downs open up a great opportunity for the Raiders to secure better field position. Taking advantage of these opportunities not only gives us an advantage, but it also increases the pressure on the Miami offense, which will have to work even harder to advance. Our coaching staff must develop a game plan that includes plays specifically designed to maximize field position. A strategic move forward can allow us to find scoring opportunities more easily while avoiding mistakes that could put Miami back in the game. If the Raiders can capitalize on the small gaps, we can build a winning score. With this strategy, we were able to impose a more controlled pace on the game. By maintaining possession and advancing with precision, we not only wore down the Dolphins' defense, but also bought more time for our offense to create the plays needed to score. As we've seen, Miami tends to rely on the aerial game. This means that our defense needs to be aligned to cover the deep zone and stop long passes that could quickly change the course of the game. If the defense maintains this aggressive and disciplined approach, we have a good chance of preventing big plays from the opposition. A focused defense also puts constant pressure on the opposing quarterback. When the opposing team realizes that we are ready to block their key passes, it creates additional pressure that can force mistakes. This is the moment for our defense to show how much we have improved and how focused we are on winning. Furthermore, controlling the aerial game could force Miami to take risks on the ground, where we know they are not as strong. This is our chance to dominate the game with a solid and imposing defense. Last week's rest was essential for the Raiders to catch their breath and rethink their strategy. Now that they are more rested and prepared, it's time to use that energy to surprise the Dolphins. This game is an excellent opportunity for us to correct mistakes and show a renewed version of our team. Being away from the field for a week has given the team time to calmly analyze the opponent, understand their weaknesses, and study tactics to beat them. This preparation work will be essential to ensure that the Raiders go onto the field with the right plan and no room for error. Each player needs to be aware of the role they must play in achieving the desired result. More than ever, it's time to turn rest into action. Renewed energy needs to translate into a strong offensive and defensive posture. That's how the Raiders should enter the field, ready to give it their all for victory. This Week 11 matchup presents a unique opportunity for the Raiders. If we can exploit Miami's weaknesses and keep our defense solid, we have a great chance of taking home this win. We know what's at stake, and we all want to see our team triumph in such a crucial matchup. The fans also play an important role. It is our energy that motivates the team, and that is why every game is special. Seeing the Raider Nation united in search of victory is what sets us apart, and that makes the difference on the field. This is our moment, our chance to turn the game around and show our strength. So fans, let's go all out. Let us know what you think our team needs to do to win. Like, comment, and subscribe for more exclusive analysis.